It is time to look around.
Where in the world is Maggie McDaniel? Where in the world is Maggie McDaniel? Don't have to look too far. Here she is.
Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing fabulous.
Good.
How are you?
It's so great to be back here in studio with you after a 2-week trip to Italy.
Great.
Yes, with a retreat in the middle of that. So just a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I was just telling Ron here that off air, with today being the feast of St. Charles Borromeo, last week in Rome, we were actually praying in front of the heart of St. Charles Borromeo in the Basilica of St. Ambrose and St. Carlos. So it's just the opportunities you have on pilgrimage to see the different relics of the saints, and that they can just inspire you, and you can ask them to intercede and pray for you. You know, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful thing to do when you're on pilgrimage. Yeah.
Well,
It's
obviously,
kind of develop that closeness that you don't normally get to have. I mean, even if you have a devotion to a saint, to actually be there with that saint.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so it's just a real treasure and a boost to your faith, you know? And it's been there in Rome since like 1612 or 1614. You know, he was the Bishop of Milan. And so what a grace.
I want to take you kind of in a different direction than we normally go.
Uh-oh.
Maggie, do you play cornhole? No, no.
I do.
Let me see. I had a different. Oh, yeah, here it is.
And I had an easy bake oven too.
Did you really?
And lawn darts, so there you go.
And you're still alive.
Still alive.
That's crazy. All right, here's the question. So pilgrimage, obviously, talking about closeness, Mr. Finn, you get close not only to these pilgrim sites and become familiar with them, particularly in your case because you get to go back on several occasions. I want to talk about the cultures. And we have a particular thing going on in our own society right now as we get ready for election, and the divisiveness that it causes. And just because you're more familiar with a lot of cultures that we wouldn't be, how common is that? Do you see that in other parts of the world?
I mean, you see some of it, but we're not always around when they're having their big elections and things going on too. But you see a little bit of it, but not much. And every once in a while too, what's common in Europe, you have these pop-up protests. You know, you could just they'll protest for a half a day or an hour or two or something. But it's all usually done pretty civilly. I mean, they might be a little bit loud and stuff, but there's no violence and that type of thing. So you do see a little bit of that, but they're pretty much more controlled. I mean, I just saw where one party beat up somebody else in a store because he had on a particular hat the other party didn't like. You know, it's just like, come on, give me a break. You know, this has gone too far.
Yeah.
But the one thing that's nice about being on a pilgrimage, and not just the closeness to the saints, but you become close to the people you travel with, and you realize that no matter the differences you may have as individuals, you all have the same common goal as children of our Lord, and one desire is to get to heaven, you know. So we have that same purpose, that same journey in mind, even though we may have some differences. And I think that creates a bond, and we just realize that even in different cultures, we're all the same faith. It's all the Catholic faith all over the world. They may dress different than us, look different than us, eat different foods than us, but we're all in the same family of our Lord. So there's a beauty in seeing the worldwide church just outside of our diocese or our state or our country when you start traveling. So you really do open the book, sort of saying you're not just looking at the cover. You open it up and now you start reading and exploring it. So travel and pilgrimage does offer, I think, a great benefit to not just spiritually, but intellectually as well.
And I see there were some new investitures in the equestrian order.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago in La Crosse, which was beautiful. So we have Father Albert Belts, Dave Saunders, and I'm going to be in trouble with last names. Caleb, yes. But anyways, yes. So the Equestrian Order, of course, is a group that supports the Christians and the Christian sites in the Holy Land, and we're always looking for new members. It's an over 1,000-year-old group that is the only lay organization under the Vatican. So they approve everybody. But, if you're interested, you've been to the Holy Land with us or would like to go at some point or just pray for the people there, we would love to talk to you to see if you're interested in joining this really wonderful, wonderful group that supports the Christians and Christian sites in the Holy Land.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, we talked about it from a societal point of view, governments and elections and all of that, but the great advantage to pilgrimage as well is just that we're one church, and people are following the teachings of the church, devotions to the church the same, no matter where you go. And it's just great to see our church alive and well. So thank you, Maggie.
Yep. God bless, guys.